Well, yeah.
Still a good movie.
Lupin's always kind of nice, you know, to the people.
He's nice, but it didn't look mean enough. Okay. Here's the thing. Like to me, I have a nitpick. Well, here's the thing. I have a nitpick where Lupin has to be the right balance of goofy and mean, because in the Cagliostro movie, he's too nice, but in the Portugal one, he looks too mean.
I think somebody.
I can hear some of these news guys.
Motherfucking nigga, man, I ain't always out African American shit. Fuck that. I'm a nigga. I ain't mixed. I'm nigga. And
No, that's true.
ITCA.
EZA?
You are.
Thank you. Thank you.
Nigga. Why you eat so much chicken? Nigga.
Classic Sugar Hill
What's you making
relation.
in my kitchen?
Oh, man.
Nigga. Why you call them hoes? Nigga.
Damn, these people are good.
Cause them hoes ass bitches. Nigga.
All right, that's
Oh god.
that was funny, but damn.
Cause I don't like living by Peckerwoods. Nigga.
You know, Merlin, there is a group on
Oh,
Nigga. $7 an hour will feed my dog. Nigga. Why your pants got a sack?
You're gonna want to boot these people really quick, dude.
Nigga.
Yeah.
All a nigga had.
Whoa. There's like porn everywhere. Gay.
Why you scared to go to court? Shit,
damn.
cause the judge looked just like that motherfucker that put our ass on the boat and made me get in my kitchen. Nigga.
Ah, what was that about? The fuck is that?
Didn't the same thing happen to Min in his streams? I'm pretty sure, like
Whoa.
someone got a link that they weren't supposed to get, and they just went crazy with it and gave it to a lot of different people. That's probably what just happened.
Oh, that's terrible. Whatever that was. Anyway, now that we've
I think you have one more. You still have one more. Oh, there you go.
You gotta kick these fools, yeah, man.
okay. Anyway,
Where'd he go from there?
well, I think that this kind of is really speaks to our society as a whole. But I like to look at it as an opportunity for comedy because I had a good time. I ran with it. I was rolling it. But what were we talking about before?
We were talking about Lupin. I was saying that in the Cagliostro film it was too nice, but in the Fujigo one I thought it was too mean.
Could I actually change the subject real quick?
Yeah, go ahead.
When you guys were talking
So
back
nice.
about how, like, you know, the fan service stuff was just in there and it just kind of seems forced. I think that's why it bothers people the most of the time because it seems like, hey, look at me, I'm doing this, so like me, you know. So I was really worried that the people who haven't seen or have read Parasite would think that with the first episode of the new adaptation that's how Parasite was. And you know, because like right off the bat, like his hands like grabs a girl's boob or whatever. And so I was really glad to see that people kind of kept watching or / reading and to see that it wasn't like that at all. That was probably like the only time in
But
the
seriously,
entire
though,
series
think
that I
about
know
that.
of.
That's also a good example of a hook because Parasite is a perfect example of a story that really doesn't need it, really doesn't have much of that. It's pretty much just pure horror, suspense. It's driven by its story. You don't need that. They're just you know. So you're right. Thankfully, that's a good point. But that's a perfect example right there. It's still a hook that I guess people feel is necessary. But I mean, that's not just a problem in anime. It's a problem in media overall. You know, to be honest, advertising and everything.
No, I just think it's funny. Like in Japan, it's okay to show all these ridiculous solicit sex things, and then they censor violence and cigarettes and shit like that. Like,
yeah, no, I have a theory about it. Is that because I mean, like kids, they grow up with some sort of sexuality, and I think like Americans have just kind of accepted that, you know. Adolescents just kind of explore that sexuality by themselves. And the thing with like Japanese kids is that they don't have like that religion to be like, oh, hey, doing this is bad, or being attracted to someone is bad, and things. They just kind of have this like, we know it's there, we know you're going through it, just kind of don't show it in public. And so there's that kind of like, oh, you have your public face and your private, intimate face that you have with your friends or whatever. And I say face because that's the literal translation. There's like public face.
Do you think there's really like a cultural divide that maybe is one reason why the?
Well, no, I think because of that, public and intimate face, and there's it's such an accepted cultural practice that it's totally okay and not seen as fake to have your public face and your intimate face. So you can be totally two different people. And as long as it works in those two different groups that you're using them in, it's fine. Like, people won't look down on you for it and stuff like that. And so I think because of that cultural practice, that allows people to have their intimate time, where it's like, I could read this and see all this stuff, and I won't, nobody will care. You know what I mean? Like, there's no repercussions for that sort of thing. Like, I can read this, and my mom might see it, but she just might be like, meh, he's growing, So there isn't that kind of, like, religious taboo of, like, oh, you can't think about that sort of thing. And I think, like, authors and stuff just kind of take advantage of that. You know what I mean? And so it's just kind of become this, like, and it's really, a lot of it has to do with, like, I'm probably getting a lot of shit for this, but, like, it's a really traditional Asian way of bringing up kids where it's like you don't really talk to them and like they're people until they're like adults. And so like whatever they're doing as they're growing up, you just kind of be like, there's no point in telling them or talking to them about it now because they won't listen to me, so I'll just, do what I'm supposed to do and cook food for them and make sure they go to school, and that's it. Like, it's a very uninvolved way of bringing up kids. And I think that's where, like, a lot of societal problems can start or may start from that sort of thing. But I think because of that cultural practice, like, that's what allows for the I can look at movies.
There you have it. There's the reason for the overabundance in fan service. It's a deep-rooted cultural issue, apparently, and, well, like most things are. I mean, really, it's, when you get right down to it, it's, really, I mean, think about it. I mean, it's the same reason why Michael Bay movies do well over here. I mean, are they good quality entertainment? I mean, you could even have fun entertainment that isn't overly excessive. It could still be good. It could still...
I thought the third Transformers movies was the worst. That was such torture, like the entire thing.
You're not wrong.
people still go and they.
Oh my god!
What the heck?
I think you're gonna need to boot someone again.
All right.
Yeah,
well,
you're gonna have to.
Someone is really into gay porn.
What's up with all the gay porn, guys? Seriously.
And it's funny because this guy knows where to look for it too.
Yeah, I guess he must be really into it.
So, you know what? Maybe he's like me.
Oh my
With this gay
god.
porn, you guys will like it too.
Maybe Marilyn and might have to do another stream.
Maybe they're trying to open minds, I don't know.
You gotta boot them with the quickness, man.
Motherfucking nigga, man. I ain't lost my African American shit.
I don't know how.
I'm a nigga. I ain't mixed. I'm a nigga. And
God damn it, dude.
ITTA. Nigga,
God damn it, dude.
you already know.
Some things you can unsee, you know?
Nigga.
Well, I'm just kind of like,
so much chicken.
I'm just kind of
Like they have the link. What happens? This happened to me before. They get the link and then they get spread it around and like a bunch of trolls won't stop coming, dude. So maybe you have to like maybe start another stream and that way they won't have the link and then we could redo it maybe if you want to. They're gonna keep coming. I believe I've seen plenty of min streams where this has happened. It's just you can't even say anything without every 2 seconds somebody jumping in. So it's like, yeah, it's bad. And I'd rather not see any more gay porn if possible.
yeah.
Yeah, I've seen. So yeah.
That's something else. I don't know. Well.
What to do?
Oh, now I'm just kind of waiting for it. Like now I'm just having this anticipation.
I wonder what's gonna happen if they're gonna take down like the recorded video of this because of all of that, because that does like violate some of the.
Yeah, you might have to, man.
You might have to because of the gay porn.
Yeah, you know what? I'll tell you what. We'll just have to